Hello and welcome to Boarding Party's D&D campaign. Featuring Bentley Woods, CJ, D. Blackwater, Milo Reuter, and Phoebe Wilheim. I'm Drew, the Game Master for the Laris region. With a trip to Xantha on their schedule, Ansom and the Tots get to work. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome back. Session 104. Holy jeez,
Woo!
man.
We did a lot.
104. Last time. Sorry, guys. Thousands dead in Oriander. More like dozens. It wasn't that big of a town to begin with. But now there's not much of a town left. You guys bumped into Ansom. He and Miles are still kicking around, armed to the teeth, and ready to go. You invited him into your home.
Yeah, why'd you do that, Phoebe?
And that's where we left off.
It's a reckless decision.
Some things happened before that, of course. You guys divvied up your items, etc. But to just bring us back in the moment. Welcome to the Manor, ladies and gentlemen. The night is yours. It is also a full moon. But you're in the Manor, so you should be fine.
Should be. Don't open any windows, I guess? I don't know how. A question about the manor.
Yeah. If you open the windows, you die.
Question not about the manor.
Yeah.
All of the Moon Touch Pokemon are in their respective Pokeballs, and I guess in the PC as well.
They're in the PC network.
So if they're in the PC network, they can't pull a Claremont and jump out of their Pokeballs and start murdering, right?
Who knows?
Okay.
Oh, great.
That's comforting.
Cool. Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, We're going to find out today, I assume.
I guess so.
Good times.
Yay.
We'll have to write a letter to all trainers.
Write a letter?
Yeah, to apologize.
Didn't you try to do that?
for our transgressions?
Yeah.
Couldn't get them out.
As you guys all enter Phoebe's wonderful mansion.
Wilheim Manor.
Ansom loses his mind. Phenomenal place! Where'd this come from? You just open the door and now there's a mansion. This is incredible. What else can you do? Are you a sorcerer? Whose home is this? How do you do this?
I'm giving Phoebe a minute to finish her gallon of water if she wants to
I'm
go
not.
first.
Answer me.
Hey,
It's
Ansom,
truly incredible.
check it out. And I'm gonna imagine a blueberry popsicle. And
Wizard!
And I'm gonna give it to Miles.
What is he pointing at?
A shotgun.
He's pointing a shotgun.
Oh, he's a shotgun?
He
Yeah.
does. He draws his shotgun immediately and points it at Bentley. Wizard! Sorcery!
Just slowly hand it to Miles.
Miles will.
And I'll pat Miles on the head.
Alright, if Miles trusts you, you're fine. And he'll sling the
Wow, okay.
shotgun back to his back.
He might benefit from having a lab to work in, but also to be safe in. I don't know.
What do you mean be safe in?
Away from our shenanigans.
Maybe turn
Oh.
off guns in the manor.
Yeah, but he brought it in.
I know, but turn it off in the manor.
I thought you can't do that. I have a
If
question
it's
about
so
the
bad.
manor.
Physical in.
Yes.
No way you can just be like,
Phoebe
nope,
is-
doesn't exist anymore.
Phoebe is correct. Your guns that you brought in would work.
Yeah.
Well, Phoebe knows the rules to her manor, I guess.
Yep.
Doesn't make sense to me.
part of the
but
deal.
Fine.
It's part of the deal. It's in
Yeah,
in your
and-
RAM. You're just okay, I got it. Okay, yeah, this doesn't work.
Yeah, and we just can't take anything out, we imagine.
Yes.
But anything we bring in is there.
Yes.
It can be used. So we can be shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what's the deal here?
Whatever you imagine,
Oh, you're just gonna tell him? Okay.
it can happen.
Cool.
Right up.
And a full lab workstation pops up. Incredible. And a power generator pops up right next to it.
Hey, Ansom.
And this large electrical chamber appears and he's like, "What?"
Do you want to have him in a room? So
Yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah.
okay.
Have
Wait,
our own
you
room.
should
And this big lead bunker pops up and he's like,
in
"I'll be in my quarters."
in the foyer, just in the
Yep.
middle of it. No, Ansom.
And he closes the door behind him.
That's why I didn't want to tell him till he was in his room. So
And you just immediately hear the sounds of an arc welder.
I'll just shift it.
Yeah, you
could
think
move
if you
his
imagine that it's
stuff.
weightless, it'll just.
Yeah, just shift it.
You're
so
like,
it's not-
I am the architect.
Yeah.
Okay. You fold Ansom into the wall.
That doesn't apply to the gun roll.
You're now in the mirror
Yeah.
universe.
You guys just hear like, and there's like blue sparks kind of shooting out from under the door. He got right to work.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, we could tell him
Cool,
like
cool.
you don't need the generator. You can just get Imagine
Let's just let
powerless
him,
tools.
you
and-
know.
Yeah. I'm just saying it. If it gets hot in my room because all the heat he's making,
Just
I'm gonna.
pretend it's cold.
Sure. You know what? I'll give it a shot.
And it'll
You're
be
in
cold.
the manor.
She's just putting her hand on your mouth right now. Just like, stop. You know the rules. Just stop it.
All right.
This is a loophole. We don't struggle in here.
You can see Miles thinks for a second, and this very large pile of ice cream just appears on the floor.
Oh, nice.
And he just
Sick.
Yay, Miles. So
All the flavors.
after seeing what happened to Oriander, I feel like maybe we should have a plan for Xantha. Because if the same thing happened to like Jax's Pokemon, that's going to be bad news. Like Richter as a Moon Touch Pokemon is terrifying enough, but if Jax's Pokemon are all Moon Touch now, that could kill us pretty easily. So
Do we want to like go to the edge and then just not go in and get going?
it's kind of what I'm thinking. Like maybe just
Yeah.
hang out on the outskirts, try to get a lay of the town. Maybe hide out in Pendleton's kind of area, just out on the outside, like the lab, and see if anything's left. But I don't know that we should maybe hang out in there if we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, kind of based on your guys' report from when you were there last, if this happened to Oriander and Xantha was in a way worse state, I don't imagine there's going to be anything left.
I mean, maybe they
I don't know. I
they
feel like
do
there
have
are more
Jax.
powerful people here, and it was changing. So I don't I feel like maybe just the area might have potentially fought back too. It was kind of
Yeah, it was weird. Like
coming at us when we were trying to leave.
Huh?
Like, you know how Xantha was a desert?
Yeah.
And then when we were there, it, like, was not
Mm-hmm.
a desert anymore. It was, like, becoming more lush. Like, plants were growing and Pokemon were evolving in weird ways. Like, maybe the environment just kind of could have found a way to adapt, maybe? But in any case, I feel...
Was Tropius there?
I don't know, cause didn't we never saw Tropius, did we?
think so.
So, we
It
didn't
might
we
have
see
been-
it fly away.
Well, it was
In that direction?
with the Pokemon that D saw, right? The one that was, like, planting trees, maybe?
What?
Yeah, D, you remember. You don't remember? Alright, it's
No.
fine. Well, I'll be over here. All I'm saying is, with Jax and the gym trainers, they might be better off than Oriander was. So Oriander had Wild Bill, but he was always kind of a wild card. I don't know, if anyone could defend against these alien Pokemon, I feel like Jax would be the one to do it. But I'm just saying, like, we should be careful, because if he was overrun, I would not want to fight a moon-touched Typhlosion. Really scary. Just caution, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna start working on some stuff. Would you guys mind if I borrow Mortar, Claremont, and Crash for like 12 hours?
The big boys.
As Mute just kind of is dragging in this like clump of amberite.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna make some stuff for us,
Okay.
just in case.
And that's as specific as you want to be right now?
For now. Come, young one. It's okay.
I'll send out
Has he
Mortar
ever
and-
failed you?
No, but look at him now. Nobody has talked about how he just, over what, 3 weeks? He just now looks completely different. We're just like it
4
looks
weeks.
good.
Thank you.
I'm not saying it doesn't look good. You look good, but like what?
Who's your stylist? Number one.
You're just like full anchor
You're
boy
hot now, is what I'm trying to say.
He's hot. Oh no, he's hot.
I think you're too cool to hang out with us.
You're just like a full-on privateer now, though. You got the tattoo and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mute will very intimidatingly just loom over behind D. And he's like,
Big Bear, you got the anchor thing. You got a friggin' axe now.
Mm-hmm.
What'd your dad do, man?
Trained me to be stronger.
I'm glad that turned around for you really quickly. Nice that your dad isn't the terrible monster you thought he was. Wish I could say the same.
Just put my hand on your shoulder and be like, wasn't easy at first, but I mean, yeah.
Crash, go with them.
Thank you.
Mori, you can go with
Yeah.
D2. I think he's got something up his tatted sleeve.
Go.
He's Donald Duck now.
I couldn't resist.
I'll call Clearmont over. You want to go help D out?
Cool. Thanks, buddy.
Apes together.
Oh, thanks.
Strong.
To the lab.
He'll carry you off as Mute's like... As all of the largest team members just follow D into the lab. There's a
Just
very...
raising him up.
Yeah, there's a very sudden, just like... electrical burst from Ansom's room.
Oh.
You see like a little lightning bolt kind of shoots out the bottom and the lead door just caves out. And he just comes out, he's all covered in soot. His arms are a little bit burned and he's just holding like a tiny little metal ball. Don't mind me. Fixes the door. This place is very useful.
Yeah.
What is that?
Just a little something I haven't had the power to condense down until now.
What is it?
Well, it's useful.
A ball?
It's a noisemaker.
A noisemaker?
Yeah. Here. I'll throw it to you.
No. I'm
Please catch it. Yeah, if you're ever in a pinch, just twist it counterclockwise 17 degrees and roll it towards the threat.
Oh,
Okay.
Can you make more of those?
Well, not without the materials.
What do you
But
need?
yeah.
Well, I need a couple
I
ounces
didn't
of
think
uranium.
about it before.
Couple ounces of uranium?
Yeah. Well,
To
you just-
Africa! No.
yeah. A few ounces of uranium, a titanium and
boy.
lead casing. I've had the materials for a while, but it takes a lot of energy to condense it down into a throwable object.
Oh, well,
Okay.
if you make more of them, I'll happily take some
Ansom,
of them or
is
pay
that
you for some of them.
safe
So-
in the context of where it explodes? It's not going to ruin the entire area forever?
Yeah.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah.
So, because he made it with materials he brought in, it'll work.
Yes, he made it
Okay.
with materials he
Correct.
brought in. You can
Okay.
keep it.
Okay.
I will tell Phoebe it is perfectly temperature neutral to the touch.
That's a 17.
17. Oh, he has no idea.
Okay. Jesus.
It's a noisemaker, Bentley. That can mean anything. It's
Yeah.
gonna make noise when it goes
Well,
off.
I don't want it to be a freaking nuclear bomb that we're
Here, I
just
have
setting
something
off.
safer for you if you
Yeah,
want.
could you make those in a different way that's not going to be so dangerous?
No.
I mean, I really like the dangerous one.
Here, look at this.
I'll use the dangerous one. I don't
Here,
care.
look at this instead.
I
He'll-
like it.
He'll hand you a little can. It looks like whipped cream, but it's got a blue label wrapped around it, and there's just a little like scrawled on picture of Miles. Here, you just spray this if something's chasing you. Spray it on a door that can't get in. It's really useful against those little rock dudes.
You spray it on a door and it seals
Yeah,
the
it
door.
sets really fast. You just have to expose it to extreme cold.
Okay.
Here, and he'll just throw you a can.
Thanks, man.
I call it the Make It Stop spray.
Yep, we'll do that. We're
Ooh.
putting that in.
Hey, Ansom, if I
Yeah.
give you some
Yes.
perfume that I have that's really potent, could you turn it into something?
Yeah, what do you want from it?
I don't know, something like the noisemaker where I could like roll it so I don't have to get close.
You just want like a smoke grenade or something? Tear gas?
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy is an apocalypse survivor.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, give me
me
10
some
minutes. I'll be right
preparation.
back.
These sound incredible. When all of this.
As D's getting carted off
Yeah.
into the room, he's gonna be like, keep in mind, you can still die in here.
I could die anywhere. But never have I had access to a perfect Tesla generator.
Alright.
Yeah, give me 10 minutes with your perfume. I'll give you some tear grenades. Sweet. You have a gun, right? You look roguish.
Yeah.
What caliber?
Friggin' gun caliber.
You have a pistol, right? So it'd be like a 9mm.
Yeah, it's a
I
What?
handgun.
don't
That
think
is
CJ
the-
would know
The
that.
Give me an
perfect
hour.
CJ answer is gun caliber.
Yeah.
Give me an hour. Figure it out.
Sick. Thanks.
If you're going up
man.
against these rock guys in the future, I'll tell you how I'd put them all down.
Okay.
What? You know how to get rid of
Why not? Yeah, you make them die.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, but
So, Ansom, when they attacked Oriander,
Yeah.
you just, after a time, I'm guessing you
Listen,
were able...
I've been waiting for something to go down for a while.
I can
okay? I've been
see
prepared.
that. Yeah, and maybe...
If my cellar had survived the evisceration of the town, I would have had supplies for years.
oh dang.
But it didn't survive.
No.
Take note, Doomsday
Early.
Preppers.
Listen, my early reports suggest that organic materials don't survive contact with these things for long,
Okay.
as evidenced by, the entire town being gone.
When they
Yeah,
attacked, was
yeah.
there just one of the big
There
reddish
were
ones?
there were 4 large winged things and maybe 15 or so of the little guys. I put down most of the little guys. Richter put up a heck of a fight to his credit before,
That's
he gored
exactly
Wild
what
Bill.
we did, right?
It was 4 for us too, yeah.
4 windies.
Yeah. So that kind of echoes our initial thoughts of
So the aliens,
had
they
more
were
firepower.
inside those
Yeah.
winged drone things,
The
right?
same- yeah.
they sent the
Inside.
same batch
Couldn't
to
tell
every
you.
town. Just
I
to
didn't do
gauge
anything to
what
the
they're
winged guys.
capable of.
They came in, destroyed the town, and they were gone.
But they were like turning Pokemon into like crazies, like the Tauros.
Wait,
yeah, you
right?
saw.
Do you have it?
They weren't scouting after?
No, they
just left?
flew in, blew up the town, and
Yeah.
they were gone. And they left their
There was
little
n-
minions to do the rest.
Oh, okay, okay.
Ansom was the only survivor.
Yeah.
Well,
they
I'm
they
the
did have
only-
the little scouts.
I'm the
out.
only survivor that stayed. Terry's still out there, as far as I know.
Oh.
Okay.
She went running
You
off
said the
with,
group
with
of
the
them
little
left.
babies.
Okay, okay.
Do you have any idea like how to potentially like change those Tauros back?
Not a clue. I've refrained from putting them down so far, but that seems like a mercy at this point.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something we could figure out?
I mean,
You guys have spoken to Ansom before. He doesn't pull his punches.
Do you think that's something we could figure out?
It seems
I don't like a know.
mercy at this point. If he goes, yeah.
Oh, but when Phoebe says it, it's okay. But if D says it, I'm a murderer.
I mean,
Listen.
Actions and words. Actions and words.
You all have high passive wisdom, you psychopaths. There are 16 notches in the side of Ansom's shotgun.
16
But
notches.
he told us that last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Oh, that's
killed
fair.
16
Yeah.
of them.
He put down the insurrection at Oriander.
Mm,
He was the one that killed all of the Elgiums and the Behemoths.
okay.
But he didn't get the
The wings.
wing.
He did not. He was not able to do anything to the Noiverns, as far as he's told you.
Right.
Okay.
So he also doesn't know that
They're
Yeah.
the
whether
same.
or not the Noiverns were piloted by more of them, which
Right.
we can assume from our thing that
They
would have
were.
been the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to imagine though, if you guys wanted to raid the mart for supplies, the noisemaker should make a big enough noise to get the Tauros away. If you wanted to go look for stuff, there's also Stetson Farms right outside. So in the morning, if you want to raid that for food or anything,
Okay, but
although it
is there
seems like you've got that covered with this magical room.
something special there that we'd want to go back there in particular?
Well, no, if you could just conjure a burger, that's pretty good actually. It's pretty tasty.
Okay,
If
so
you
there's no
conjure your
reason.
food, there's not really a reason to go in there.
Yeah.
Ansom, do you know what the Dominus devices were for?
Yeah, they were like a new age form of capture technology.
And as far as you know, they were only used on Stetson Farms, correct?
Stetson Farms was the test bed, but it went really well, so
Do you know?
they went international.
Okay, do you know who was in charge of creating those Dominus devices?
Yeah, it was me.
Oh.
They asked me if I could make a capture device that didn't involve, lasers and spheres. So I did. It was mostly a registration tag, but the technology could have been adapted for other uses.
Interesting. Okay. All this time, I thought it was some nefarious plot to capture Pokemon.
Who asked you to make it, though?
Yeah.
Who do you think? People in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean, though?
World governments.
Like people from a different region?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The company went international. I was getting a cut from every deployment.
I'm gonna be so pissed when Gen 9 just has Dominus devices. Like, who is the spy? Big government.
If we remember back,
Drew can't say anything. Drew, blink. Blink if you're okay.
those made them do whatever you want, or
Remember
they just
the-
like
They can
kept them at a
influence thought
certain-
patterns and behaviors. Yes.
Remember the APOM?
When I
Yeah,
when I
that's what
stopped working on it, it was barely in its infancy.
So other professors then took it
over.
ran with it, and made it.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay.
They commissioned a device that could serve as a capture system and work with the registration in the PC network.
So who's the company you work for?
I'm not at liberty to disclose that information.
He signed an NDA.
As he continues eating his mysterious burger.
Why?
It's called a non-disclosure agreement. You're not allowed to disclose.
Milo?
Can it? I'm asking questions here.
I'm,
You didn't say that. You said that.
I'm not at liberty to discuss my buyers as part of the deal.
But they won't find you here.
I don't know that. I barely know
I know
you.
that.
I appreciate the welcome into this lovely magical home. But I'm a man of discerning integrity.
We'll see about that.
I'm gonna go make a smoke grenade for you.
Don't do anything crazy.
What perfume did you give him? Was it the Oh No?
Yeah, the Oh No.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like it.
Do you have gas masks?
CJ probably does.
You might want one in case this goes south.
Okay, I'm gonna imagine
Closes
one.
the lead bunker. Wow. He's gonna get to work.
Where? Till he's done.
Mind if I get to work on mine?
Go for it.
Okay. What I'm doing is, when I walk down into my lab, before I even walk in, like, down the steps into it, it automatically, choking on my own saliva, it automatically transforms into Mrs. Woods' forgery.
Oh, okay.
And I'll put Mortar. Mortar probably already kind of knows the gist of it and how everything works. But
He's
I'll
immediately
use,
quite familiar.
yeah.
He begins pouring magma into the actual forge.
I will use Claremont and Mute for their strength to bend the metal, and then I will use
Yeah.
Crash and his water abilities to cool it.
Claremont, without even thinking, he's like, safety first. He's got thick gloves, like a full-on apron and a welding mask, and he's like,
Always the
"You should be
protector." Always.
And I'll just
Do you have your PPE?
Yeah.
Love it.
As Claremont's just cranking on it, Crash walks in, he's like, I could probably lift this thing. And he gets a nice burn on his hand, and he's like,
and I will have Neek there with like big old welding goggles on,
Yeah.
and he will assist me with.
all right. We're going to need a couple rolls from everybody involved.
Okay.
D, I need an intelligence check.
With Neek's assistance.
Just from
Just
D.
straight?
Nick's got his own thing to roll.
Oh, it was a natural 20, and then roll to a 2 for a 5.
A 5. Okay.
Yeah.
You work as hard as you can to recall the setup of Helen's Forge.
Mhm.
And you're like, okay, this is how this is. You've seen the mechanisms, but you haven't exactly seen how they interact.
Mhm.
So you've got this base framework set up. Rolling from there, Mortar, give me a constitution check. How hot can we get the forge?
So hot.
Yeah.
So
All
hot
those
right
big
now.
boys in there?
Mortar.
Oh, it's real hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Claremont, we're going to need a strength check.
Here, you can use them. We'll pull it up.
Filthy 20.
Oh, God, it's
Let's
so hot in there.
go.
Okay.
18.
So hot.
Yeah.
What does Claremont need to roll?
Strength.
You rolled an 18?
Yeah.
21.
21. Holy jeez. Okay.
He's pulling his weight.
Yeah. Wow. And then Neek, give me a tools check. Because Neek is the one that's going to be doing some fine motor skills.
Our job.
And then we'll get to everything else.
Because of this, he can do so with advantage, right?
He can.
Yeah. So +8 with advantage.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Neek's got the relatively easy job.
25.
25. Okay. Perfect. Crash, I'll give you advantage on yours because you have the water stone in your back. Give me a constitution check to cool everything down once it's done.
Oh.
Big number.
You should move your mic back up to your mouth.
Right. Big number.
Big whammy.
It's a 21.
21. Okay. Beautiful. So D, the planning phase, little rocky at the start.
Yeah.
Mortar helps you
fair.
out a ton.
Yeah.
Pours the lava in and is like, you don't even have a heat conductor. And it pops up and he's like, and Crash fires some water into there to really just get the steam turbines rolling. It gets real hot in there real fast. And Neek is like, jeez, and starts to like gecko his way up the wall. And then Claremont's just like, and makes him a little like heat shield around the magma. All of these Pokemon are working in perfect synchronicity as you're like, I'm fairly certain the magma channel was there. And Mortar's like, it's over there. And just starts heating. Claremont takes the Amberite and places it on this like massive, I'm blanking on the word. It's the thing that you put metal on,
An
the
anvil?
crucible.
Oh, okay.
It places it on the crucible so that it will melt down. And it starts to liquefy as Mortar's like, keep the heat up, boys. Crash, I need more water. As Claremont's like, everybody cover your eyes, it's gonna get hot. As you're all in there, the internal temperature of your room right now, D, is fast approaching like 1600 degrees Fahrenheit.
We're
and
on the
climbing fast.
sun.
I'm going to vent it out into the rest
Yeah.
of the house.
That
To the rest of the house?
yeah.
You
That-
savage.
I have to.
That heat shield is helping a ton.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in a bit.
The sauna.
As Claremont kind of like
Steel boils.
yeah, as
At this temperature.
Claremont begins kind of hammering down the metal just to make sure that everything falls in. As Mortar just launches this incredible flamethrower. I'm not going to make you roll for it because that roll was great. As he just kind of melts it on down, you now have liquid amberite. Now I need a tools check from D.
Okay.
I'll say for now this is 5 pounds. Which, that way if it botches, it's not like all 15 pounds are shot all
Yeah.
at
You
once.
didn't tell me that you were going to dehydrate my boy.
Hopefully you don't need them after
Crash
this. but-
right now is spraying water constantly into a turbine that's like cooling everything down and also shooting incredibly hot steam towards you, but making sure the magma doesn't just burn down your room.
Perfect.
Let's have him.
Natural 20 for a 34.
All right, D, you take that metal and you're like, Claremont, help me lift. Mortar, I need more heat. Crash, be ready to cool this thing down. Neek, come back down here, buddy. I need an extra set of hands as you start pouring in the mold. What ball are you making?
I'm making a blackwater ball.
A blackwater ball. Put a blackwater ball with a star next to it, because you absolutely exceeded the pass-fail requirements of this craft.
You can catch the prime
Perfection.
mind with that.
This craft, I will say, takes about 6 hours to do. So it's the better part of your rest.
Wow.
And it's real hot in there. But you do have a blackwater ball with a star next to it. It is a 99% catch chance on a water type.
Wow.
On anything else, it is an 89% catch chance.
Garbage.
I will take it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is durable, so it is less likely to break, and you it may or may not be resistant to sort of shattering from within.
Perfect.
Like, oh, Squirtle, I don't care. Where's the Blastoise?
Yeah. But as about 3 hours after D leaves, what's everybody else been working on? Everybody doing anything?
So sorry.
Anybody doing anything in there?
Eating and hanging out with the rest of my squad.
Okay.
So no.
Okay.
Bentley would just want to try and recall from the time that CJ and Bentley were in Xantha for the brief time, like who was left there to try and get like a head count of
give
like
me a-
trainers and Pokemon, what we're going back to maybe.
Give me a history check.
Can
See
do.
how strong the memory is.
It's a 17.
17. Okay. So from way back in the day, you remember that Jax and Javier were still hanging around.
Right.
Eleanor and Lewis from the gym were still there. Going on down from there, we had 2 others whose names I will find for you in a moment. Old document. Very, very old. I'll throw out real quick. There was... Oh, perfect. There were 2 other individuals that you remember. That was Amelie and Garrett. Now, Garrett was the guy that was leading the charge on torturing Cordelia.
Right.
Amelie had a one-armed Hitmonlee. Garrett had a Sandslash. Jax, as far as you were aware, still has a Houndoom and a Typhlosion. You did run into his Magcargo on the way out of town, but it was not looking great. It was kind of tending to all of the hardened over Slugmas that had lost their fire cores. There was a Flareon, a Quilava, and several baby Cyndaquils, and a Rapidash that was trying to rekindle the Soul Forge when you guys were leaving. Whether or not the Mightyena is still walking around, you do not know.
Okay.
And there is or was still a Steelix out there.
All right. So based upon that,
It's just you've got a small but formidable group out there.
yeah. Well, also just the fact that it's primarily fire types, and it seems like the Moontouched are weak to fire. Like they might have been okay with fighting back against these things. So I'll be maybe less concerned about Jax.
Yeah,
but...
your initial memory is actually like very, very strong. And from what you guys have seen, fire types seem to do quite well at resisting Moontouch, which kind of links you to how Bang may have been able to fight off as well as he did. Whether or not his current state is a blessing or a curse, it's kind of hard to say. But fire types do indeed resist, at least in some small way, the effects of moon touching, at least initially.
Okay.
How much steel scrap did that use?
We'll say in order to kind of make an alloy out of the amberite, we'll call it 5 pounds for the thing.
Okay, we
So
have
be-
22 pounds left, boys and girl.
Okay.
Of the regular steel, and then
the-
it was 5 pounds of amber too, or
Yeah, so
Okay.
I have 5 pounds of
Yeah.
amber and then 5 pounds
The Blackwater ball itself weighs like 3 pounds. It's a hefty chonker. Where the Pokeballs are kind of made of like plastic-esque stuff.
Yeah.
They're like a couple ounces.
it's strength training. So when you go
Yeah.
back to regular Pokeballs, you can really hug
Just
them.
even.
The amber balls themselves are also about 3 pounds. So it's not like super unheard of, but they are bulky.
But yeah.
It's gonna throw that thing once and need a Tommy John surgery.
Probably
Just have to shot put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
spinning.
Yeah. 2 feet. New record. Phoebes or Milo, you guys do anything?
You want to go first?
You guys are cute.
Double.
You go. No,
double
you.
No, yeah.
Okay, thanks. So I'm gonna.
You. Rude.
No.
I'm gonna want to do something else, but right now, currently, I am gonna be practicing not with the actual noisemaker, but just something similar. Practicing throwing it with BB.
Perfect.
Imagine some fake ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like the enemy.
Okay.
Oh,
Take like a little
right.
ball bearing, basically. and
Yeah.
Just fling it.
Yeah.
About the same size.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We're gonna be doing that.
This may not help in the field because it might be a nuclear explosion. It doesn't matter how far away you dodge roll, but
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, you and BB work on that. As BB's like, this is totally safe, right? You're not gonna throw the real one, right? I heard that man talking. I don't feel so good about this. Please never throw the real one when I'm nearby. I don't want to be killed. Okay. Milo, what are you up to? Got about probably 2-3 hours ish.
I'm gonna go into my room and I'm gonna write a little note.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ride my my lift up to Wadsworth's secret cavern and part the vines.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look in. Is he meditating? Is he just like sleeping or?
Yeah, he is still in the exact same position as when you were last in there.
Okay.
He is sat with his webbed feet together, about a foot off the ground.
Okay.
And just kind of.
Cool.
But on every exhale, he goes. Gwar.
Beautiful. Very zen. I am gonna leave the note in the 2 zinc shakers I bought in the corner.
Okay.
And just leave them alone.
Okay.
And the note being something along the lines of like, hey, I heard this helps, like if you need a boost in a pinch, if they work and you need more, let me know.
Okay. Give me a perception or insight check while you're in there. Dealer's choice.
9.
9? Okay. Nothing particularly out of the ordinary. He's in deep meditation, and you're like,
Yep.
some drinks, I'm gone.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And then I will descend and just do some basic training with my team, and or if like Slurp and Derby are doing stuff, we'll
Perfect.
work on stuff too.
I will ride out of the kitchen on the back of Growl. That interests you at all.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, you come barreling out of the kitchen on the back of Growl after a lovely meal with your whole squad. I'll leave it to the wisdom of crowds. Who among your team would probably be in the foyer at this moment? Does anybody just chill in the foyer? It's sort of like a meeting space in general where inter-team mingling would happen.
I'd be in my room.
Like if Wimpimble were to juggle and Derby's like juggle these mud balls, that's where it would happen. But I'll leave it to your guys' discretion.
Okay.
I don't think so at this point for me.
Yeah, because it's getting late, right?
It's getting late.
Yeah, so
it's you
everybody
guys
would
are
probably-
3 hours past sunset, so
Oh.
it's pretty late in the evening. To put it rationally, it's probably like 9:30, but it's later than typical.
Cool. Well, since everybody else is asleep, I guess I'll just go to sleep then.
Okay. As you come charging out, and you're like, ah! And there's just nobody's really out. You're like, oh, okay. You probably see like Shirley out in the backyard, just like sneaking some berries from the patch, and is like,
Do you, girl?
and then you just.
You're not my Pokemon. I don't care what you do.
You just see like this little line, this little black line through the grass, like all the way around one of the berry trees.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
She's taking down that god.
CJ imagines Raid. He's like, there's bugs in here. Like,
Not my Pokemon.
and Shirley's just, okay.
That'd be
As
terrible.
you're heading back into your room,
Bing bong.
it's around this time, D, you pull the emergency release lever, and the entire house just begins to get unconscionably hot.
Horrible.
It's just, there's just this like full-on boiling steam that pours out under D's door and just immediately pools at the top of the foyer, and then just begins to like slowly settle even further and further in as the room just fills up. Everybody under your door, you start to just feel heat come pouring in.
but I can just imagine it cold.
Yeah, you imagine like a cooling system.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
just converts that hot air coming in into nice cool air.
All right. It I'll say even with the magic of the manor, it converts it into warm air, but it's still like
Phoebe, you lied to me.
yeah, it's still in like the low hundreds,
I am
but it's starting to heat up.
gonna go find Crash now.
Okay. Yeah, CJ, as you approach like your cave entrance door and swing it wide, you are immediately met with like this boiling air. So you're like, kind of pull away. Growl is able to kind of shield you from this, just ambiently, as he is always a fiery boy. He manages to kind of keep the heat and pressure away, but you can see it is coming from a combination of D's door and Ansom's. The two of them together are unstoppable. But you do hear Crash around this time just yelling about how his hand hurts.
Bentley's gonna go to the ocean in his room
Yeah, it's quite warm.
and just lie on Rose's back and have Rose just bob him up and down in the water so he can cool off.
Okay. Yeah, around then I'll say one of your Pokemon. It's probably Wimpimple is the quickest to get frustrated with this. And it's just like ding, and just flicks a coin up to the roof and imagines a vent, and they'll just it all pulls out of there, and then he comes walking over to Dee's room.
I'm downstairs.
Bruh. How dare you deny him?
After probably about him doing it for like 10 minutes, I'll be like, huh? And I'll walk up.
Yeah.
It's loud with the shop vac on. Sorry. What you mean?
What?
And his hair is all.
Oh, I look out and it's just like
There's
when
still
you
there's
touch,
like
it's like
steam
moisture
on the wall, and
Yeah.
it's hot in the house, and he's like,
Not cool, bro.
Wasn't me. I closed the door.
"Give me a deception check,
You dick.
Give me a deception check."
Oh,
I mean, I would believe it was just Ansom.
15.
15. Wimpimple's like,
That's an easy lie to sell.
"All right, enjoy the rest of your night," and he walks over to Ansom's door.
Dick.
Are you all here? What? What do you want? Are you looking to volunteer? Then get out of here. He'll walk back to the cave.
Not cool.
I will say when D finishes up with the creation of the premium black water ball,
Yeah.
he will wrap up the one that his mom helped him make.
Mm-hmm.
He'll put it in a nice little package. I'll imagine a small little door where Bentley's room is, and I'll just
Little
slide it in.
pneumatic tube.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, like right at the entrance to your door, Bentley. You hear
Ding dong.
ding, and this little pneumatic tube arrives.
Shatters on impact. Dang it.
There is a note attached to it as well.
I'll go check it out.
Cute. Yeah, you see a little package with a little note on it.
What does the note say?
Tickle my feet, why don't ya?
Don't be stingy.
To Bentley, I'm sorry for your loss.
Aw. That's nice.
And then along with it is like instructions of how the black water ball works.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
But not the premium one, unfortunately, because
Okay.
D's a little selfish on that. Bullshit! But the one that his mom helped him make.
Garbage. Okay.
One of my Pokemon died! You better give me the good one.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you want to just let him know what it does, but
I'll let you do it. You got it.
okay.
Unless
Basically,
you don't have it.
I have it in our text thread somewhere.
Okay, I have it right here. I got you.
Thank you.
I'll help you. Okay. So the black water ball has an 80% catch chance flat across the board. When the ball is used to capture a Pokemon, you immediately buff one of its scores by 2, or 2 of its ability scores by 1. You cannot put an ability score above 20 in that way. There we go. All that stuff. Yada yada yada. Okay. Yeah, that's
Better at catching water types
Yep.
too.
yeah. It's good at water. Everything else I have written down here is like how to craft it and what all the DCs are to make.
Was it 80 for water?
It is 80 across the board, so it functions on par with an Ultra Ball.
So there,
But
if it's a
on
water
a
type, it's
on a
still
water
80?
type, it's 90.
Okay.
But his star version is 89 and 90.
I don't know if I missed you saying it was 90, but you just said across the board. And I thought that was
Yeah, no, I did not say it until the end, but that's okay. Yeah, so it's really good.
Sick.
It's really good at catching things.
Oh, gotta make a trip to the ocean at some
But he has Crash, Mortar, Mute, Neek, and Claremont are all just drenched in sweat. Walk out into the room and are like, Bentley at your door. Hundreds of tiny hands and large hands are all pounding on it.
I'll open my door.
A bunch of just sweaty Pokemon are like, and they just point to the big lake.
Go ahead.
Oh, as even Mortar walks in and just.
Cool me down from 16,000 degrees.
Claremont and Mute just fall in. Neek like dips his toes and is like. They all just fall in there. They join you in your big lake pool.
Cool.
And then Wimpimble. We swimming? Alright. Walks over, dips his toes, goes,
We swimming, bro?
I'm not swimming.
We're not swimming.
We swimming, bro?
We're swimming. I'm
I'm
not.
a cat. I don't swim.
Get me out of here.
All right. Any other things anybody wants to work on later into the night? Or shall we jump to the morning?
I'm good.
I'm reading my books.
Which one? Which one do you want to read?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
Moonlit Day.
The Moonlit Day.
On Moonlight Bay.
All right. Let's pull up the Moonlit Day. All right. So I don't know, you might have the little blurb in front of it, but for everybody
Yes.
who does not, to get it
You
kind
don't
of
get to
covered-
hear it.
Oh, okay, never
No, I'm
mind.
just kidding.
Phoebe reads it and keeps all of the information to herself. She tells no one. It is a historical account of a day about 100 years ago. Not exactly. There's no significance really to the day, other than it's about 100 years back, on which a number of mysterious creatures arrived all around the region and were defeated quite handily by a group of mysterious individuals calling themselves Wood Elves. The group fought primarily with bows and were regarded as highly skilled archers. Men and women appeared with the invaders and disappeared with them, following an unpredicted solar eclipse. The arrows are reported as being darker than a starless sky, lighter than a feather, and sharper than a scyther's blade. The Wood Elves resembled humans in every meaningful way, but they showed no fear and little emotion. It is about a 300-page book, but you get a sizable chunk through it before sleep eventually calls to you.
Sick art.
Take a halfling bard of inspiration. Just kidding.
For your one snore.
I'm just giving out all these little minis now. Got a cave bear of
I
extra damage.
accept.
Yeah. But all right, I'll say beyond that, morning arrives. The familiar smell of pancakes and the unfamiliar smell of like singed hair and awful perfume pervade your nostrils as you all awaken.
You're, oh no, it's your thing.
Thanks, Phoebe.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Not
as you all,
no.
as you all wake up, you're like, ah.
But
Claremont does a.
It's not you.
Not me.
All right.
I was in the forge all night,
And then the lake.
and in the lake.
Yeah.
It could really have been me, but it's not.
It's good to know that I could use that in the future.
I'm quite clean, I promise. As BB's like, smells like garbage in here. What's going on, guys? As he's been awake all night, just like, why does it smell so bad? Someone
Poor
please
BB.
tell me. I get no rest from this.
Now he's used to it.
Yeah. He's like, I've acclimated with, I've closed my nose. He's got a little clothespin on his wherever his nose would be.
The classic.
Yeah.
Ooh, it sounds like Ansom's done.
Smells like it for sure. As you guys make your ways at various times into the foyer, you see just a table that has appeared in front of Ansom's door. There are 3 canisters with one of them has the label of the Oh No perfume, and the other 2 just have an arrow pointing towards the one that has the label. It says, "Do not open indoors."
So it's a canister?
Mm-hmm. It's like basically a grenade. You pull the pin, throw it, and it.
Oh,
sprays
I was
out.
thinking like a
spray
raid.
can.
Yeah, I was like, Ansom, this is not what I requested.
No, it is.
I've been
It's like it
betrayed.
it just looks like a little grenade.
it's like a tear gas grenade. Kind of
Pretty
thing.
much,
Okay.
yeah.
World
Like a
War
little.
II.
It's like a little Pringles can of death.
Okay.
But yes,
Okay.
you gather from
Mix it up.
in the little pack that he brought in. He seems to just have all manner of like survival materials, little bits and scraps and inventions that he's been working on. It just hasn't had the time or safety to finish.
Okay.
And there are 24 small bullets all lined up on a table. Just all sitting very neatly in a row.
Yeah, there are.
The correct caliber for your gun.
Yeah, they are.
And
There's something special.
They don't hurt us if he shoots us.
they are he
I'm
has a
gonna be
little note.
reckless with that.
He has a
They
little
only
note
kill
there.
doctors.
Here's a note.
He has a little note there that says ransom shells.
Ransom?
Ransom
Like
shells.
Ansom with an R?
Like Ansom's ransom shells. Exactly.
Friggin' sick.
And there are 2 more canisters as well of the Miles Make It Stop spray. And Miles is still sitting in the foyer, licking the same height of ice cream. You imagine with every lick, he just imagines that it's back. He's loving it.
Licking the same
And
lick.
you hear the ridiculous snoring of Ansom in the lab.
Okay, so he's just...
He is quite tired.
All right.
Hey, you wanna do some trade skis?
Give me one of your canisters, and I'll give you one of these ones.
Huh?
One of these seal ones, these spray ones. Give me one of your things. I'll give you one of these ones.
I thought there's only one canister of Oh No.
No, there's two.
There's three
There's three
canisters
total.
of Onel.
Oh.
Of the
times
Ono
three.
grenades.
Okay.
But all of the Ono perfume is gone.
Right.
But the scent that is reeking through this interdimensional manor is from like half of a quarter of an ounce that kind of leaked out at one point because he didn't roll particularly well.
Just
Okay.
an epic
Half a
stab.
quarter.
Then
Not
there's
enough to
two.
be like harmful
An eighth.
to you, but it is assaulting your
It
senses.
could gag a maggot.
Miles canisters.
Yeah.
Yes, so
But I
you now
already
have
have one.
3 total canisters of Miles Mega Stop Spray.
But you have one. CJ has one.
Yeah, I got one.
No, CJ just took all 3 and then I was using them to trade
Well,
with you.
I
Yeah.
see.
And there are
That is what
24.
happened.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
are 24 small arm rounds
Okay.
was like,
that are
oh, this
listed
is
as
fine.
ransom shells.
Sure, that's fine.
He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
Cool. And then I'm just gonna take all of these. Do you know what they do?
Can I have one?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you know what they do though?
No.
Okay. Are you gonna like?
Can I inspect it?
Sure. Give me
I don't know
Give me
what
an
I'll-
investigation check.
Well, fine, but
Should we just try one right now?
okay. Let me look at it first.
Shoot me with one.
But
In
then
the
yes,
leg.
we can imagine.
left leg.
We
I
can
don't need that
imagine
one
a
as much.
dummy and then
Yes.
Yeah, that's
shoot
what
it.
yeah. I wasn't gonna shoot
In a
you with
controlled
it.
environment.
Yeah, I wouldn't shoot you with it. It's a gun.
No, just bend lean backwards.
All right, let's test
it'd
this
be sick if it
out.
was like a net gun though.
Ow.
Yuck.
Not as
8.
lethal, but
They just seem like small arm rounds. If there's something special about them, you can't really tell.
I mean, they look normal.
Your experience, to
seen
be fair,
more
with bullets
bullets.
is
yeah,
quite
they look,
limited.
they look like bullets.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try it out.
Okay.
I'm imagining a dummy.
Yeah.
Okay. A dummy appears.
Cool.
You shoot it.
I'm
Give me
gonna
the-
like
give me the attack roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it and like pause for a second and like look around and see if anybody's gonna come out of the room.
Okay. Are you
Room clear?
Are you shooting at a distance, or are you just gonna walk up and?
No, I'm like probably 10 feet away.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Okay.
With
I'm
stun.
gonna make like imagine.
Be like at least 50 in a
Like-
blast shield.
No, not 50.
Make it like a
That's way
Lexington
too
shield
far.
around yourself.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Way too
nothing
far.
can get damaged.
Ballistic shield.
Boom. Attack roll. It's a 17 on the die.
Okay. Yeah, you hit it like square in the chest.
Cool.
There's a and the dummy just goes. Seems like a bullet.
These might just be like
Normal.
dead bullets.
Does that sound echo?
Dead bullet.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay.
it is horrifying for all of you that are not involved with this experiment because it's the same exact sound that set off the mime encounter. As even Ansom's like, oh jeez.
Yeah, D comes running
Where's,
out with.
where's the
Cone
fight?
Edge.
What are we doing?
Probably
As
like-
he's armed with his shotgun and he's holding one of the canisters off the table. He's like, "What are we doing? Who's here? What happened?
We were testing out your bullets. Sorry. We probably
What are
should've
you
said that.
testing them for? Their bullets
They're just like
I don't
normal
know.
bullets.
on a dummy, yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, if you had waited, I would have explained it to you.
There was a note and it just said ransom
Hands-on experiments are fun.
bullets.
No.
So we were
I agree with you, but you're stopping old man's heart. in
Well,
his
sorry
sleep.
for waking
Sorry,
you up that
yeah.
way.
What is going on out here?
I just shot my gun.
Yeah.
Why?
Because why not?
we got new bullets. We were testing them.
It's fun
Listen,
to see what the new bullets did.
the ransom shells are appropriately named. They're for non-lethal takedown.
Okay.
Okay.
They're like
Stun.
really difficult to make rubber bullets that hurt a lot but won't kill your target.
Right.
They're for incapacitation,
Right,
primarily
right,
of
yeah, I
smaller
know.
targets.
Can I return these for
Right,
extra deadly
right.
explosive bullets?
Right.
He's like, my access to actual gunpowder and metal was limited in the fall of Oriander. Okay, I grabbed what I could get.
Okay.
On that note, where's the manor appearing today? And did you
dang it,
tell
the-
Ansem where it's going to be?
Yeah.
Because as far as he knows, he's
We
emerging in
did
Oriander
it.
tomorrow.
Not anymore, sucker.
Oops.
We will break you down, Anthony. Just kidding. No, we're
Life
at
as you
Xantha.
knew it.
Xantha. On the outskirts.
Okay.
Like, as close as we can get towards heading to Green Gate that we know.
All right.
Can I ask a question really quick?
Sure.
This is
No.
not during what we're doing.
Yeah.
The 8 bullets that I got with my
Mhm.
are those just like normal gun
Those
bullets?
are normal gun bullets.
Okay.
You still have your syringe darts
Yeah.
that can be fired from a small chamber on the bottom of the gun.
Cool.
And
How
now
many
you
of those
have
do you have left, and
and
how
now
many
you
have
have
fired?
22
what?
ransom bullets
You said
because you
24.
fired one, and unless Phoebe's giving it back to you,
Oh,
then
that's
you have
right.
23.
Yeah, you have one.
Yes.
Right.
So 22 of those. They, if you shoot a small or smaller creature with them, they have to make a DC 18 con save or be incapacitated for 10 minutes.
Okay.
They are.
The neat thing is, if you forget to put down that you shot them, you have infinite bullets.
That is true.
Yep. And then somebody in a comment like 30 sessions from now will be like, CJ has fired 78 bullets and no one has said anything.
Yeah, they've been counting.
It's like who keeps track of their arrows in regular D&D?
Nobody.
It would
That's not
absolutely be.
fun.
How many of those do you have?
Yeah, but
That'd be
those
really
you can
boring.
get back.
Wouldn't be fun at all.
I'll just refire the bullet. I'll just put it back in.
Yeah, that's how bullets work, right?
Yeah.
That's
But,
what I always wanted in Tomb Raider
these-
when I played it for a hot second. I was like, I don't want these to run
How
out.
do I want to track this?
D's in the middle of the foyer, like Pokeball, the Love Ball boxers on tank top and like
Love
holding his
Ball
hone,
boxers.
hone edge, like ready to like just
Hey, buddy.
mess something up.
You know what? This should be your all the time look.
I need love ball boxers
Huh?
immediately.
What?
You look great. Good morning.
Damn it. What was that sound?
I shot my gun.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Testing.
I'm just going back into the room. I'm just looking before, like, making sure no one's dead on the floor, and I'm like, no, Bentley, all right, we're fine.
Are you startled by loud noises?
When I'm asleep, yeah?
Me too.
Oh, no, it's my future.
I think that's universal.
Oh, I did make
Not
something
you.
else
You
too. I
said
made a
that.
couple other more
I was
harmless
there.
noisemakers.
No, I'm saying. in
Oh,
real
okay.
life.
Oh, in real life, yeah.
Bentley's gonna leave his room with the Blackwater ball, and he's gonna walk into the back area of the manor with the woods and everything, and he'll sit in front of Klaus's grave and just like meditate and like have the Blackwater ball in his hands.
Give me an Arcana check, Bentley. Which for now, just add your intelligence modifier.
An 8.
An 8. Okay. You begin to concentrate for a moment. You feel this like slight tickle at the back of your spine. Just for a second. And then it passes. It's almost like a breeze blew through you.
Swat at it like it was a bug.
Yeah, you kind of nothing doing.
Fair enough.
But Ansom will place a small box on there as well. These are non-irradiated noisemakers. I made one for each of you, just in case you get in a tight spot. Those little rock fellas seem very sensitive to sound, so it kind of stuns them for a second.
Good to know.
So each of you, if you so
Good
choose,
to
may write down
know.
noisemaker. It is literally, I will tell you right now, it's just a firecracker. It will do exactly what it says on the tin. It will make noise, so you could make a distraction. You could try to overwhelm something. It shoots sparks out, kind of like a sparkler, and it lasts for 1 round. So do with that what you will. But he made one for everybody. And then Phoebe, you also have the special noise.
Yeah,
What a
but it
star.
seems like it needs to be used for the big kahuna.
Yes.
D won't take it. He'll give it to CJ instead.
Okay. So CJ, you may write down 2 noisemakers.
Thanks, bud.
He's gonna put one in your pillow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only if you don't give me a pair of those love ball boxers.
I'll imagine a pair of love ball boxers.
Okay.
Don't leave the manor just wearing these.
Oh,
You can't tell me what I can't wear.
He's Winnie the Pooh!
Oh my god. Phoebe,
Yeah.
pick any type of berry. Actually, I remember. Just kidding. My apologies. Citrus berries. Roll me a d6.
Huh?
How many did you get? 4!
4?
Yay!
You have, and this is gonna seem a little silly, but we can sort it out later. But throughout the month of downtime activities,
Yeah.
your berries would have populated 4 times. So I'm gonna say that you got 3 each time. Please write down 12 citrus berries.
Ooh.
11, because Shirley stole one.
Shirley, That hasn't been confirmed yet, but there are 12 there.
Okay.
Okay.
Shirley may have been
You got a baker's dozen.
secreting
Doing some
things away.
foraging.
I'll never
Shirley might be into some late night like moonshine shenanigans.
Oh.
Who knows?
Fermenting.
Me and
Yeah.
Shirley like to get drunk and silly when we're in the manor.
Shirley, I'll say because Shirley is your Pokemon. Shirley is currently in the presence of in the possession of 3 jars of fermenting berry juice.
Okay.
But
I don't know.
who knows what they are? But Shirley has those,
Okay.
and they are currently stowed in her shell.
Yeah.
So nobody has seen them, but because she's your Pokemon, I will tell you, Shirley's been busy.
We just have a flashback. You're like, not my Pokemon, I don't care. And then she's like, actually, come here. And then it cuts to 2 hours later. You're like, gotta catch 'em all. Just like,
I cards upon us through. Come here, dear, and I'll find you.
imagine like a Circle K and you guys are just drunk on the roof.
The check is just me going into the foyer and like
CJ
11 every night, being like, "Is anybody around?"
CJ's gonna climb.
Where's Shirley?
Gonna climb a tree and be like, Shirley, catch me.
We're in the manor. It'll be fine.
Can't die in the manor.
I'll just imagine a leg brace and
Dislocates
fix
your
myself.
shoulder.
Ow.
Oh boy. Really knows how to have a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, but I'll say breakfast finds its way to you via the ever-working hands of Ruby and Arjan as the door appears.
But it's daytime. Right?
Presumably. Could be
Can I
daytime.
peek?
Yeah, as you open it, it's daytime in Xantha. I'm just messing with you. But there's no like windows or anything. There's no way to tell. The only way to know is to open the door.
Okay. It's daytime. We're good.
Yeah. But I will say, even through that little crack, where you're expecting desert, you do see very lush grasslands.
Okay. No, it's still lush.
Is it like a humid kind of feel though, like a jungle-esque?
From just the little crack, at least so far, hard to say.
Okay.
There's just you see like grass and trees, and you're like, what?
Alright, I'm just gonna shut it
Okay.
and then head back because
Okay.
I went over there.
You're like, I accidentally took us to Nutri. Oh no.
Was there a thing that I was supposed to give Wimpimble last time? Wasn't there a thing that happened that was given to me? That I got from someone?
Wimpimble gave you
With your
suit.
stealth suit.
No.
Yeah.
During last session, something happened, and we were like, we have to give it to Wimpimble.
Oh,
and I was like, I will, but he's not with me
an
right
item.
now.
There was an item that
I
was
don't
given
remember
to
what
you.
it was, though. I was going to do that now, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Oh, shame.
The Reaper Cloth.
That's what it was.
Yes, because he can make himself invisible.
That's what it was.
Wimpimble can?
Yes, for
The
10 minutes a
cloth
day, he can become
can-
invisible.
Ooh.
I
Anyone
think-
can do it with
I'm
that cloth.
pretty
Oh,
sure
oh.
I accidentally said last time that a ghost type could do that. It powers up ghost moves, but anybody could use it to become.
Okay.
As long as they are small or smaller,
They're
it will
really
cover
rare.
them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's like the invisibility clue.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I'm not going to give it to him yet.
Okay. Gotcha.
I forgot to do that. I was going
We
to do
also
it
have
and
a
then take
power
it from him
bracer
today,
and a
I was gonna
muscle
do it.
band, and we couldn't decide
Yeah.
where those were going to land. So if you have any ideas,
Okay.
Drew
That
can
was the one I
tell
was
you.
talking about where it's like we were saying maybe Claremont would benefit the most, but then we'd have to figure out where to give the Razor Claw that he currently has.
You can
Yes.
have both.
No.
No.
No, you
so
can only have
jacked
one.
yeah, so the
Packing?
part of the discussion was there were items to move around, but I wasn't going to let anybody take items from your team
Oh, okay.
to move them off to
Yeah, right,
shuffle.
right.
So
Even
we
if
were-
it's like objectively the best thing, even if you agreed with it, if you weren't at the table, I wasn't going to let it happen.
Yeah, that's
But-
fair.
I'm gonna, since it's a new day and before we go out, I'm gonna put everybody in their Pokeball and
Okay.
everybody goes in the PC just in case I need anybody while we're out.
Okay. Everybody's in the PC, Neek
good
included?
idea.
Everybody?
Neek included.
Everybody's
because
in,
I
okay.
don't know. I could need him at some point. Or something.
Okay. Perfect. Everybody's in. I don't,
For me, I don't wanna speak for everybody.
No further questions.
I'll follow that lead, sans drip.
Okay. Everybody's in, and then Drip is staying in the manor?
Yes.
Okay. Ansom gears himself up with all of his stuff and like gas mask down. He's ready to go. He's like, I'm all right. So what's the plan? We're raiding the mart or what are we doing?
No, change of plans.
Change of plans?
Yeah.
What kind of plan change happened while I was sleeping?
A lot's happened. We're gonna head out to Green Gate.
Green Gate's far.
Yeah.
That's like a week and a half away.
It's true.
A day and a
Not
half.
quite.
2 maybe.
But I got
How fast are you? How are you doing this?
so fast.
Phoebe, open up the door.
Are you like full sprinters? What's going on here?
Well, it's probably just going to confuse him. Anyway, all right, come here, Ansom.
Quit toying with the man.
Come here, old man.
No, open the door.
My God, you regrew Oriander.
No.
It's
Ansom.
so green and lush. What other powers do you have, Warlock?
Ansom.
My God.
We're in
he'll
Xantha.
just step out into this like big grass field, and there's just a full-on forest around you guys.
Whoa.
Okay, I don't mean to burst your bubble, but we're in Xantha.
No, Xantha's a desert.
Yeah.
I've read books.
I haven't been there, right, since you guys were the only ones that saw it once it was like lush.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
It
this
is-
lush.
Right.
Oh, what's
It is almost like a primordial jungle rainforest.
It was not like
It is humid. It's like just dank and musty. There are like
Dank.
bug and bird sounds all around you. There's just that like chittering of cicadas.
Can I make a check to see what kind of birds I hear?
Yeah, with advantage.
Thank you.
What kind of cicadas? 13.
13. Okay, we'll get to that in a sec.
What am I?
all
What do you want me to do?
Nature.
Nature.
Nature with advantage.
Peter.
Because it's about birds.
Ooh. Wait, what was that?
Unnatural 20.
A natural 20. You hear a sound reminiscent of a kakuna, but it's slightly off.
Okay.
Because you've heard those before. You're like, oh, that's probably... Wait, what? As it goes like... It's
Wow.
not a cricket tune, not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Cricket
No.
top.
Not
Cricket
cricket
top.
top.
Cricket top.
Milo.
Yeah.
You hear a sound you've only heard in like audio recordings or maybe in nature
Oh.
documentaries of... And you're like,
I know what that is.
yeah, it
is
is
it?
a tropical bird native traditionally to Alola.
It's a tropical bird, usually native to Alola.
Yeah, but what is it?
Oh God, here we go.
Milo's eyes roll back in his head and he's like, I know everything about this bird.
What is it?
Except for its type.
It's a small little bird, and it has a sharp beak, and it pecks to make holes in the trees.
Well, lead the way. Where is
It's
it?
like 90% of
What do
birds.
they call it?
I don't know the
Bentley
name.
will get
Do
his
I know-
Pokedex
would I know
out,
the
like,
name of
ready
it,
to
or would I
scan.
just like know that it's a rare species?
Joel will know the name, and
Yeah.
then by proxy, Milo can know it. Drew's blanking. It's the middle toucan.
Oh, the
middle-
middle?
Trumbeak.
Trumbeak. There you
Trumbeak.
go. That's the one.
Dookie dookie.
Yeah, that's the bit that kind of catches your attention.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
they
yeah.
have like a very distinctive end to their call, where it sounds like a trumpeter.
Oh, that's so cool. There's a Trumbeak. What? This is Xantha?
This is what I was saying. It was all
Told you it was
changing.
changing, man.
Yeah,
To this?
I didn't think it was gonna get this crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's the bird? Lead the way.
there are about a half dozen massive weeping bells hanging from trees nearby, just snoozing away. There are probably 3 to 5, we'll say, at any given time. Large sort of mounds of earth that seem to just be kind of like trudging around under your feet. And you do see somebody roll, rather than me just telling everything, give me somebody roll a d12. I don't care who. Somebody throw it. Whoever's feeling adventurous. Oh, both of you. I'll allow it.
10. Oh,
Oh, that's pretty close though.
yeah.
How'd you do?
9 and 10.
9 and 10? Okay. Well, 10 is a heat more, so we'll say 9 will add some Durants in there. Oh. There is a full, like, anteater style assault going on where these large kind of burrows of earth are. And you see this huge mound. Kind of what Bentley would probably expect to see from what you've seen Tallulah do in your room. Make these, like, big burrow mounds. But it's a little bit off because it's sort of this like tropical soil. And you see where you would expect to see like hard steel casings on these Durants. You instead see like massive black fleshy insects. They look like normal traditional ants, but are just like all over the top of this mound. And they seem to be swarming around this large anteater-like creature who has no issue just lashing them up with a tongue that seems to be just sizzling with flame and pulling them into its
So
mouth.
sick.
By like
I'm
the
just gonna be
dozens.
scanning like crazy with my
Yeah.
Pokedex.
Yeah, D, if you want to pop in on that one as well, we can kind of jump in. I can give you guys a little more info. Just
Yes,
let me know who you
sir.
want to scan.
Oh, cool.
Freaking
So much
love
nature
keyboard.
happening.
I'll
Not for me,
do
though.
I'll do a Durant.
A Durant? Okay.
Yeah,
Kevin.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, this
That was
is Kevin.
such a weird thing. That would be Pokédex. That'd be a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you see it is a Durant that registers as bug type. Seems to have dropped the steel element. A few of them do register as bug grass.
Muy interesante.
And they seem to be very much in the process of they're kind of reminiscent of like a leaf cutter ant. You see a lot of them coming back carrying leaves on their back. Those ones are registering as grass type. And they do have a little bit of a green coloration on their backs. But they seem to be all headed towards the same place. And they walk through as this Heatmore is just sat, very chubby belly, just
A conveyor belt
eating
of
them up,
food.
and they are just walking. And then on occasion, one will like go right, and then the whole branch kind of goes around him, and he's just like, and it's just shooting around. He's eating them by the dozens. They're not
Augustus
as
Gloop
large
over
as you
here.
might expect. They're probably about this big instead of size of like a small dog. They're kind of like this big. So he's still just like.
Jeez.
You gather he probably needs like 2 or 3 every couple hours to sustain himself. He's eating them by the dozen. He's like, yes.
Based upon
Might slow down, buddy.
That's a cool guy. That's a cool guy right there.
Yeah.
That's a
CJ.
cool.
That's
He
a
likes
cool guy.
CJ.
That's a cool guy.
That guy. That's a cool guy.
That's a cool guy. He likes to eat.
Would you like to join my team? What attacks do you have? Never mind.
I don't care. You
Oh,
have you have
actually-
eat attack.
Actually,
Based upon the victory bell that CJ and Bentley saw leaving Xantha, the one that was
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there anything different about these weeping bell that are hanging in the trees? Like, do they look?
Let's do a roll about it. Do you want to do you can do nature, perception, insight, investigation? Doesn't have to be Pokedex. Can be if you want.
Let's do
Just give me a check.
nature.
Florida Panhandle weeping bells.
Sleeping bells.
Sleeping bells.
Yeah.
They're called
5.
sleeping bells.
Yeah,
because of all the roof linen
they
and
are
stuff.
they are sleeping. The coloration is off. It's not a traditional weeping bell, but it's not quite as like beige desert camoed as the victory bell that you ran into was. Seems to be something in between.
Weird. Okay.
This is irrelevant, it sounds like, but I'm just curious in your lore head, if you had a Weeping Bell that was going to evolve into a Sarlacc Pit Victory Bell, would it just like when it evolves, that's just where it ends up and it's there forever? Or
No.
This guy was able to move. It was like he was just using the ground as like.
It kind of like walked with earthbending type deal.
Okay.
So rather than having vines, it just had like earth tendrils that it
Yeah.
could use to get up and walk around.
Got it.
And then when it found a good spot, it would burrow in and become completely indistinguishable.
And eat
Gotcha.
Team Rocket guys.
cool.
Yes,
cool,
it
cool,
did
cool.
eat some Team Rocket
And
guys.
Boba Fett.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Yes, 3 times.
He got out of there though.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Drew.
Yes.
That Heatmore, does it look normal?
Heatmore looks normal. It's just very, very heavy.
That's a thick lad.
It is. It's a chonker. This thing's probably like 250, 300 pounds.
So it's like
of
CJ if he was a
just, like-
Pokemon.
Sick.
And it kind of looks at you guys and is like, don't blow up my spot.
I would never do such a thing.
He's
What's
like,
up, bro? Pokeball.
He's like, scoot along, kids. This is my McDonald's.
This is crazy.
My
How
McDonald's. No other customers.
Can we deduce
so much change.
like where the Xantha buildings would have like
Based on where you would have chosen to emerge, it's like dead ahead from you or should be.
Okay.
Maybe a
CJ,
couple 100 feet tops.
You should send Desmond to do a little recon.
Well, hold on. I want to just throw a point out here because we need to start making our way to Green Gate.
Yeah.
And this is all organic material. If it fell, none of us would be here.
Exactly.
This seems completely fine.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, I thought they were gonna be fine anyway, honestly. But like, since this is
I saw
all
doubt
like
in your
this-
eyes.
Dude, you guys didn't see Jax when we saw Jax. Like, he was kind of messed up, but like,
Oh.
it was pretty crazy out here.
Bentley's gonna meander forward into the jungle and just like keep his wits about him and look around and see if he can find any other Pokemon and or moon touched Pokemon.
Yeah, give a perception roll as Ansom moves over to the Heatmore and is like, so you must permit me to study you.
It's a
Heatmore's
10.
like, I don't care, just don't mess with the ants. A 10?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's there's plenty of quite exotic life nearby. You do see a large, like dark blue and purple coiled mass under a tree nearby.
What?
Dark blue and purple mass.
Coil.
Coiled nearby.
Jungle's got a tumor.
Nice.
I hate when that happens.
Or there could potentially
Hey, my
be a
jungles
snake
have a
love
tumor.
interest
Can I do
for
a
my snake
Pokemon
boy.
or Pokedex scan on the mass?
Sure. Let's
It's
do it.
benign.
What's the roll?
It's a benign survivor.
Investigation, survival, or nature? Or sorry, insight, not survival.
15.
15. This is a Viper. It is currently sleeping. The poison,
sick,
or
but terrifying.
should I say the venom from its fangs, has no known antidote, so please tread lightly.
Sweet.
I will back up
Run
very
away.
slowly.
Okay.
How big is it?
Don't.
Coiled, it's about 3 feet in diameter.
Sick.
Sick, yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm thinking about it.
All right, let's,
You don't want the
let's
CJ
not.
exclusive, the Heatmore?
Milo,
He-
from
he-
over
he
from
seems
overhead, you
irritated.
hear that sort of trumpeting again, just in
Then you
case.
can imagine that man.
Are you gonna get one?
I'm gonna go up to just make sure that we go in the right direction because
sure,
we're in a
sure.
jungle.
Yeah, it's nothing
Yeah.
about the bird up there.
Welcome to the jungle.
Be safe. Have fun catching that bird.
Yeah, as you are you gonna like climb a tree or?
No, I'm gonna get on Bullet.
Okay, yeah, that makes way more sense. Okay, you get on Bullet and kind of fly up. Yeah, you see a little, sort of average size little bird with a little beak, and it just goes.
It's like it.
Little bird with a little beak.
Whoa.
And it's just looking at you, and its beak does this little like.
Super cool.
Because that makes me laugh. And it's gonna do that.
Toot.
Yeah. And on the branch next to it, you see this very heavily, thickly matted and mossed over little brown sloth-like creature. Just
Nice.
Interesting.
Cool.
Is it one of those sleepy boys?
Yes.
appears to be one of those
Potentially,
sleepy
but
boys.
why would it have moss all over?
Because it's a sleepy boy
Yeah,
and he's
you
living in
can't
a
move.
tree. Maybe he's not moving.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Because sloths only climb
How long
down
does it
trees
take for
once a
moss
month
to
to
grow?
pee, and then they
long?
climb
How
back
long does
up.
it take for a full jungle to sprout in the dunes?
Well, not long.
Apparently a month. Apparently about a month.
a month and change, yeah.
I think it had to do with the Celebi that Dee saw. Like, it was going around, like,
Celebi!
fixing the lands and then got there, but I could be wrong.
Jelly beans? The celebi.
Oh, that's what you were talking about earlier.
Yes, it
I remember
was.
that.
Remember we
understand.
buried the twig
I was like, what do you think?
from what's his name?
Huh?
We buried the twig
Oh, from Sudowoodo?
from Sudowoodo.
Yeah.
Yep, that
Not-
did this.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Is this
If
where we
all
did
of the
that?
trees are alive,
With
there are now
Sudowoodo?
ants just in the forest, and they're like, woo,
Oh, that'd be so sweet.
we're marching to
Oh, that
Isengard.
would be sick
Gotta
as
get the
hell.
Sudowoodo
Yeah.
team.
I want an Ent Sudowoodo.
There was a
variant.
time where Saruman walked these forests.
They just
Can we hitch a
bloviate
ride?
Lord of the Rings lore.
Yeah.
That's the only thing
Yep,
that they
that's
do.
what
They
this game
can't
is
battle.
now. It's just Lord of the Rings. Yeah. But yeah, you just
Radagast is
see- you
covered
see
in
Kakadudu.
bird shit.
What you doing? With Kakadudu.
I'm just investigating it and interacting with it. I'll invite it to fly up above the trees.
It will join you.
Okay.
And you hear a couple call and responses from below. As you break the canopy, Bullet kind of like folds his wings in
Yeah.
and does a little drill peck maneuver for you to kind of just like break you through.
Sure.
It's expansive.
Really?
The jungle that you guys are now currently about a third of the way into spreads. Well, I'll just be redundant. It's about a third of the way through Route 108 before you see a Xantha-like environment.
Wow.
And a
Ish.
newly formed mountain that is currently emitting some smoke between you and
Huh.
Fola. That jungle that you're in spreads across. There's a little bit of a divot where you can see some tops of some buildings.
Mm-hmm.
So Xantha's clearly still there.
Yeah.
And then all of Route 109 to Green Gate is just tree.
Oh my god.
Wow.
The canyon is nowhere to be seen. So
Whoa.
somewhere in this green expanse,
There's also a
there's
canyon.
just a canyon that went
drop.
somewhere. So
it's missing entirely?
good to be aware of. You don't see any notable dips in elevation. So if that canyon is still there from above, it is not visible.
That's a big booby trap.
Okay, removing the character from the brain for a second, can you imagine the wildlife that would grow in that canyon in the jungle?
That'd be nutty.
Terrifying.
Absolutely insane.
I want to go there.
Terrifying, and also I'm already there.
No.
But like, give me a.
How long till the world ends?
Yeah, let's get a perception check though from Milo riding atop of
nature.
Bullet.
I can see the
18.
18. Okay, you do see some rustling in some trees, probably like 3 miles away. But it is substantial. Where the trees are kind of like rising and lowering, almost like a tide.
What? Can I slap on my goggles and see if I get any Stonebreaker stone senses?
Yes, and you do. You see a little trail kind of like leading out. It's super faint where you are, but you do see a very faint at this distance signature moving with that royal.
Interesting. And is that coming towards us?
Nope.
Okay.
Seems to be just moving around. It's probably a mile or so, guesstimating where you're at from Xantha, as you guys are now, but it's probably like a mile further.
Okay.
Is it toward Green Gate or a different direction?
Sort of neither. It's kind of just like cruising around. Doesn't seem to have any real direction to itself. Seems to just be moving around as far as you can tell.
Okay. Did any other birds come up?
Yeah. You are currently being joined by about 5 of these little trumbeaks.
Cool.
And maybe about a half dozen or so really tiny ones, little picky picks.
Sweet. Is it decently clear where we came out of? Like the hole in the canopy? Like if I were to fly around for 15 feet, would I easily lose track of where I
As soon as you broke through, the trees just kind of went.
Okay.
The branches kind of just.
We better go back down before I get completely lost.
Okay. As you head back down, give me a survival check, Mr. Woods. Sorry, Mr. Rooter. My apologies.
I was like, what am I doing? The sun remains in his eyes forever.
Natural one. Milo Rooter.
You see nothing.
No,
you lose.
It was survival,
Good day, sir.
not perception.
You
survival.
break back through the canopy where you believe you emerged from,
Yeah.
and there is like no clearing in the forest floor for you to land on.
Oh, God.
And it is just, as soon as you kind of break through, it gets dark. It's very muggy down here, and you just hear frog and bird sounds all around you, and you're like,
Oh, God.
hello? As Bullet kind of like
Jesus.
finds a way to like slink you off his back and then just keeps floating. He's like,
Are we just on a branch, like in the middle, or are we on the ground?
he'll
That was not
let you
clear.
onto the ground, but there's nowhere large enough for him to land.
On the ground?
Yeah. It's just like root gnarled, and there's all sorts of these like big banyan trees growing.
Caca! Doot doot!
Well, yeah, the Trumbeaks kind of like follow you back down and like
You don't-
fidget
you
their
don't
way
have to
through
come all the
the
way
canopy. They're like, caca, doot doot,
Do you remember where I came from? Please.
caca.
Where did I come from? Please. My memory.
Who am I?
Caca, doot doot,
Where we met? Can you take me back to where we met?
caca, doot doot.
What? We're gonna spend this whole session in this jungle.
Milo, you get the distinct impression this is a different Trumbeak than the one that set off with you. It is simply answering the call
This one is evil.
of the caca doot doot.
Sure.
Oh boy.
This one has a glint in his eye.
I'll throw you even on a natural one. You and Bullet were up there for probably 3 minutes. Bullet's very fast. It was just doing circles. But you can't be like too far. But you have no idea what direction you need to be heading in. On a natural one, you are quite lost.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, I'm gonna try to get out of here because this is clearly not good for mobility anyway because
It's
it's,
very
so
bad.
thick.
It is immensely difficult terrain for you.
Yes. Can I go up maybe to where the branches are most traversable?
Sure.
And I will send out Titania
Okay.
because she's a showman at
Go
heart.
machete.
And I'm gonna have her do a metal sound
Okay.
just to signify noise.
Great.
I'm sure that will only be bad news, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
And then we're gonna see if there's any response.
Okay. Everybody else, give me a perception check.
Hot sauce, 14.
Okay.
14.
22.
Wild boy.
We have a 2319.
22 over here.
We have a
8
2319.
from Phoebe.
Okay.
I'm not listening.
CJ, you meet the DC. You hear
Holy
very,
cow.
very faintly over the natural jungle ambiances. You guys are kind of like vibing with these Durants, checking out the weeping bells. You hear Milo kind of take off up in the air. You're like, okay, he'll be back. He always comes back. A couple minutes later, you hear, and it kind of like it rustles your jimmies for a second. You're like, that was really shrill.
Did somebody fart?
My Jimmy's a rustle.
Yeah, it's not
it
even
wasn't a fart.
loud or piercing, and there's not really like a strong direction to it. It's just not an organic noise that you've heard.
That was weird. Did you guys hear that?
Hear what?
Yeah, there's a
Guys,
lot of noise.
There's a
Yeah, but it was weird. It was like a weird noise.
there's
Like
a
what?
viper over yonder.
Look at this
by a
bug.
tree. It's like a big snake.
Like a big. There's a big snake.
Big snake. It's sleeping.
Is it bigger than Brian?
Hard to tell. It was
It's not
all
a snake
coiled up.
measuring contest.
I mean,
It is now.
Everybody put your
CJ
snakes
went
away.
I scanned it with my
I
Pokedex,
said
but it
everybody
was
put your
it was
snakes
all
away.
coiled up under a tree, sleeping. There's no cure, no antidote for its venom, so I figure we should keep our distance. But it is pretty cool.
it might be a good idea, but also it could be pretty cool. No.
Anyway, what's up? You said you
the
heard
noise,
something?
The noise. There was a weird noise.
There's a lot of noise.
No,
a
but
lot
it
of
sounded
weird
like
noise.
it sounded like metal though.
Metal?
Think like the Steelix is after us?
I hope not.
What direction did you hear it?
Yeah.
Hell.
Well, that's
You
not
can't
good.
tell.
No, I kind of just like felt it really.
Okay.
Felt it?
Like
Yeah,
where,
it's just
like
weird.
your
It's weird.
jimmies?
It
Was
probably
it
wasn't
like a grinding noise?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, the Steelix was more like grind.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Milo?
No.
Where
went-
did
he
where
went
did
up.
he go?
He went
Oh.
up.
He went up.
Yeah, it went up.
Milo,
He flew out
going
there.
up.
He flew out
you
there.
coming down?
Yeah. Wait. Did he say where he was going?
Yes, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
he said he was
up
gonna
to
do the
see
bird.
what way we were gonna
The
go.
bird, remember?
Remember?
I made the joke. I
don't
was
know
like,
if you were
hey,
just
have
like,
fun catching that
Did
bird.
it? If you told us?
Yeah, he went up.
No, I did.
Okay, why isn't he down?
I don't know. Having fun with the bird, probably.
Yeah, but that's went up for a reason.
Maybe the
I
metal
don't think
noise
he's gonna
was
start having
Titania
fun. Doing what?
meeting the new bird.
Okay. So should we go get him?
I don't know where it came from.
You know
Let's
where
just
it
go to
came from?
Xantha.
Oh.
That's where we're gonna go anyway. He'll probably just go there. Can't find us, right? That's the
We're
smartest
going to
thing do.
Xantha?
Isn't that what we were gonna do?
No, we were going to Green Gate.
Well, we're just gonna walk around Xantha? Why don't we just go through?
We went on the
We were on the
in-betweeners.
outskirts.
Yeah, we're on the
Yeah.
outskirts,
This
so
side.
we go left to Green Gate
You'd
or
be
right
going
to
the
Xantha.
opposite
Yeah,
direction.
we're not like in the snack.
I mean, I still want to look to see what happened to Xantha. If this is how all of this looks, like, are the buildings still there, or is everybody okay?
Time
I mean,
crunch.
I mean,
Given
like,
how
yeah,
time crunch.
Yeah,
thick
time
this
crunch.
jungle
no,
is.
No, number one, time crunch. Milo's point. If it's all, this is all organic, they're fine.
Milo's not here currently.
Okay, so his point doesn't matter.
Kind of.
That's how it works.
I mean, they're probably fine, but I still want to see if, like, the human people are okay. But, I mean, if this just became all jungle, maybe
Yeah.
those aliens didn't even know where to attack Xantha. Like, it's all kind of covered. It doesn't look anything like it used to. It used to be just sand.
Yeah. But how would they know what the Xantha looked like before? Would they just assume?
I don't know that they would know, but maybe if they were looking for a town and they couldn't even find it, I mean, why has Milo been up there so long? Maybe
I'm gonna
he's-
take a
it's
second.
weird.
I'm gonna take a second and focus and like listen to everything and see if I can hear the noise again.
over our blathering.
Yeah, give me
Yeah,
a-
we're just like blabbing
Yelling at
away.
each other.
yeah, let's get a perception check from you.
That's a 5.
Okay. You do not hear the sound again.
No.
Milo,
See you guys in 12 sessions.
you hear the
You fall in the
faintest
sarlacc pit.
fluttering of wing. Very small, almost like insect-like.
Okay.
Directionless. But it seems kind of nearby.
It's a hummingbird Pokemon. Get it? Get the hummingbird Pokemon. They don't exist yet. Create it. Make it cool. Make it really cool. Give it
I'll
like a
look
sword
around
beak.
to see if I can see what the source of that is.
No, let's do it. Perception.
Steel
It's
fairy.
gonna eat all my blood.
Pick it up.
It's a mosquito.
It's a buzzwole.
3.
What's up, gang? I just need a little blood sample.
Oh my god.
It's not, and it will never be.
That's hilarious.
Disgusting is what it is.
Rooter. My memory fails me, so this may or may not be a familiar sight to you, but you see a small green
Oh.
cabbage-like Pokemon
Okay.
floats up to you.
Cabbage.
Hello.
Hi, cabbage.
Do you know where my friends are?
It's kind of like scanning you up and down and up and all around.
Nice to meet you.
Oh boy.
And kind of like pulls you and Bullet both closer to a tree. This thing is tiny, maybe the size of like a hamster. But it
Oh, how
does
cute.
it does kind of like usher you towards one of the trees and it just goes and kind of grows this grassy shield around all of you.
Okay.
As in the forest floor below you, moving very slowly and with extreme purpose, you see this massive, all sort of brown gorilla creature, just and with each step and kind of handfall, tree branches just crunch under the weight. As it just casually like reaches up and grabs entire bushels of fruit and just
Poke it in its butt.
Catch it! Catch it!
and just continues to walk. The four of you suddenly feel the earth kind of
That doesn't seem good.
That's gotta be Steelix. Nothing could be that big to shake the whole
as it
ground.
gets louder
Okay.
Unless there's something
and
new
louder.
here.
Let's not be in the open.
as Ansom's like ready for anything.
Bentley's gonna run behind a nearby large tree,
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna
look toward where the noise is coming from.
Ansom will call Miles back. He's like, we're not, no. Calls him back and then just kind of like hides in the roots of one of the big trees, but still has the shotgun out.
Are there nearby banyan trees?
Yes. Over here.
I'm gonna send out Sage and then have him mimic like the foliage, and we'll hide.
Okay. I'll say, yeah, with Sage's grassy terrain, anybody that wishes to hide, I will give you an additional +3.
I really don't want to hide. I want to see what this is.
Well, you can see it. You just can't see it.
Yeah, the earth continues to.
I'm gonna climb up into a tree.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Let's go.
I'm gonna send out Tallulah.
Okay.
And see if she can sense with her tremor sense, like the
minus
exact
13.
direction.
Okay, you're able to get up. Tallulah, for the moment, it doesn't seem like it's close enough,
Okay.
but that shaking is getting more intense. D, you scrabble your way up into a tree. There's a lot of like knots and things to grab on and climb
Well,
up
it just
into.
means that it's more than 30 feet away.
Yeah, as
Semantics, you know.
Tallulah kind of like shuffles her way underground a little bit. That Heatmore finally is like, all right, all good things come to an end, and just walks away with this like a massive bloated belly, and on the way out just goes and like grabs one last ant and just bites its head off and keeps walking.
For the road.
Not even for food. That was
Yeah.
for
As the remaining
Fun.
Durants
Spite.
suddenly like pick up the pace and are like, go,
Seeing
clear
as
the
it-
road.
Seeing as everyone is taking action to hide or climb, I'll climb like D did.
Okay. The weeping bells kind of like cover their eyes and pull themselves a little higher in the tree.
like a Medusa thing. Do you not look at it? Or why do you have to cover your eyes?
So it can't see their eyeballs. They look like plants then.
Yeah, CJ, if you want to climb a tree, are you going to climb about it, or are you
I'll go in
going
the
to
jungle.
use the wrist-mounted attachment that you've never tried?
I mean, obviously, that's a better.
Okay. Yeah, you see a hefty branch a little ways away from D, and you're like,
That's a good one. Hopefully, it doesn't give away our position.
and there's this little, this like piston sound as this little hook shoots out, goes, and latches, and you see a little line on your wrist that says engaged.
Let's go. I'll grab onto it.
Okay.
Try to start climbing, walking up like a tree, or just do I press a button?
You hump.
Do you press the button?
Like
I'm
you
gonna
just
press the
did.
button.
And it pulls you up into the branches. You're like, yeah!
And you make the goofy noise like, yeah!
Perfect. You
This thread is
yeet
immediately
yourself
like,
into
I'm
a
gonna
tree.
Kill Goofy.
Let's go.
Goofy's is
thing is
school.
sick.
I can't even
Aerospace
make you
school.
something like
Yeah.
that.
All right, so we have D hiding in a tree. We have CJ kind of like fully. You're going full slack off, like limbs wrapped around the tree branch, kind of hanging up there because you haven't figured out how to get the grapple to like detach and coil nicely. So you're trying to like untie it. You're like, Beebs, going anywhere? You hiding? Or are you just staying out in the open?
No, I'm
'Cause
I'm
we've got
hiding with
Sage
Sage.
hiding.
hide.
Give me a stealth check for anybody that wants to hide.
I might look. That's my.
You said an additional
Anybody-
like +2.
Yep, additional +2 for anybody on the ground who is hiding.
Yeah.
Because Sage will help you. Or sorry, +3.
Plus
Plus
three.
three.
Additional plus
Yes,
3.
additional +3 from Sage if you're on the ground.
19.
Unnatural 20.
Dirty 20?
That's a 19 from Bentley.
19. Okay.
Just hope he doesn't step there on his way through.
Oh, and some crits. Ansom just
He's
folds
PETA
like
in Hunger Games.
fully in. Yeah. He looks like the riverbed, even though I used,
Lying down, he's got
Yeah.
perfect painted makeup
Yeah.
to look like a log.
I used to decorate cupcakes at the bakery, and that fully explains this.
Ansom, how did you do that? It took you 10 seconds.
He just goes there, just grabs some mud, and just goes, and then he's gone.
He's Arnold in Predator.
Incredible.
And he becomes a root of the tree. He's just gone.
Handsome,
I'm
just
impressed.
covered in mud with a shotgun.
Okay. So here is
that's
the
great.
fun part. I'm gonna roll in front of you guys. This large gorilla creature only has a +3 to its wisdom total.
And then just like in like 20ish minutes, I gotta go pump.
No worries.
Oh, pump it up.
13. Okay. You all sit very quietly in your respective hiding places. There's this massive gorilla creature just kind of lurches its way through. When it looks up, plucks a weeping bell and just squeezes out a bunch of berry juices from it, and it's like, and then it just throws it over its shoulder.
Question, Drew.
Yeah.
Does the Pokédex make noise when you scan?
Oh yes, it is.
Just turn
Might
the
be worth
volume down.
it.
I just look at CJ.
Turn the volume all the way down. Turn the volume all the way down. Just volume
Find the
down.
volume button.
Volume down.
Or like you do the when you're trying to hide like
No
your
noise on
DS
vibrate.
with when you're supposed to be in bed and you like cover the volume with like your thumb and stuff like that, and then
Give me a stealth check, but
Oh boy. Oh
This is gonna end so bad.
100%.
We gotta know what it is.
Oh no.
I was so close to being a 15, but it's a 5 total.
okay.
We're all dead.
He's about to pluck
It's
your
a
head,
swag!
squeeze the
I know.
juice out, and toss it.
And you're like,
So much louder than I thought it was gonna be.
as the gorilla just and just locks like one massive eye towards you, the little cabbage-like creature that's with you goes, and the grass shield kind of like falls away, and you can see about 40 feet away from you. You were actually pretty close. That massive gorilla stops, and you hear the shutter click of a Pokedex.
Do I get to scan at least?
Yep. So what we're gonna do.
So what does the information say now that I'm about to be torn limb from limb?
So here's what we're gonna do. Bear with me for a
I
second.
just want to fight something.
We're gonna call it there. In the primordial jungle that has overgrown Xantha, the Tots stare down a massive gorilla. Will this be a new friend or a powerful enemy? If you enjoyed this episode of Boarding Party, please consider leaving a like on the video to show your support. If you'd like to see more of the Tots and stay up to date on the Laris region, why not subscribe to the channel? If you'd like to help us out in other ways, you can follow the links in this video's description box to the Patreon. From there, you can join the discussions in our Discord servers, or check out the post show still rolling and get a recap of every session with myself and the crew. There are also links if you'd like to check out some Boarding Party merch. Let us know in the comments below what you think about the terraformed jungle of Xantha and what your favorite encounter from this session was. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next week when the Tots deal with this gargantuan ape.